Okay, hello everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my YouTube channel, Spirit to Sense, as well as podcast. And so today is August the 26th, which is a Friday. And so in this podcast, as well as YouTube channel, it's an open discussion on the topics in regards to uh, the paranormal, occult, supernatural, uh, and I am going to briefly go into the topic for today. But before I get into the topic for today, I'm going to state, like I state in my podcast, that this podcast is for entertainment purposes. Okay, that means you come here because you have an interest in whatever the topic I may be speaking about. Okay, so we're going to proceed with the topic. And just a moment. So the topic is today is speaking in reference to the Yoruba religion, the religion of Yoruba. Now, you may oftentimes, when I speak about the topics that I discuss in this podcast as well as YouTube presentation, hear me referring to Santeria quite frequently, and which is a practice by way of Yoruba people, by way of the Yoruba religion. Okay, so I am going to get off into that topic in regards to the Yoruba people and the practice of the Yoruba religion. So I did some research on the Yoruba religion, but it wasn't that extensive. So that's why I gave an account in regards to Santeria, because it's a religion that is practiced all over the world in various cultures. So it's not just in the motherland, as many people refer to it as, but I mean Yoruba religion is practiced all over the world. Okay. And let me get this loaded up and I will begin to get off into the topic. Just okay. Okay. So it mentions the Yoruba are an ethnic group who lives in West Africa. There are currently estimated to be about 44 million people, the majority of whom live in Nigeria, where they account for about 21% of the country's population. It is one of the largest ethnic groups in Africa, and they speak the Yoruba language. Yoruba communities also live in other countries besides Nigeria, which include the Ivory Coast, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, St. Lucia, Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, Brazil, and Jamaica, among other regions in the world. So it mentions that the Yoruba religious system comprises of traditional practices and spiritual concepts, which has evolved into a robust religious system. The Yoruba tradition religion believes that all human beings pass through what is known as a yanmo, which translates to destiny or fate. Therefore, according to Yoruba, humans are eventually expected to become one in spirit with the divine creator, who is also the source of all energy, a state which is also known as Olodumare. Besides every action or thoughts of an individual in this physical realm interact with other living things, and each tries to achieve and find destiny in the spiritual sphere. According to religion, an individual who stops growing spiritually in any aspect of their lives are destined for invisible pot shred. Life and death in the Yoruba religious belief system is a continuous cycle of existence in different forms of physical bodies, while an individual spirit evolves towards transcendence. So it mentions that the Yoruba people believe that before one is born, they determine their destiny. They decide long before they ever arrive on earth on what they will be doing in the world, where they will live, and who they will love, and even on how they will die. The religion also state that after one is born into the world, all their plans and promises are forgotten, and similarly, their destinies is even forgotten. An individual therefore tries to remember and claim the future that they mapped out before they came into the world. God is an all powerful being who is not limited by gender and is the supreme deity among the Yoruba community. It is believed that he lives in the skies. So it mentions the communications between people and God, which is Olodumare, is carried out by the intercessors commonly known as Orishas. Okay, so God will be the supreme being, and then the Orishas work under his guidance, or by way of his permissible under his favor. The Orisha in Yoruba religion functions in almost the same way as the Catholic saints, and they are the intercessors between the world of humanity and the divine world. They often act on behalf of the worshippers on earth and even sometimes against them. There are many different types of orishas in the Yoruba religion, and it is believed that some were present at the time of creating the world, while others were actually human beings who transcended into a semi divine state. Others take the form of natural resources like a river or a tree or anything else in the environment. The Orishas marry, divorce, drink, eat, and have a taste of virtually anything from alcohol to music and anything else that humans also have a taste. Reincarnation, the Yoruba religion does not emphasize salvation as in the Christian faith, but instead focuses on living a good life. According to religion, reincarnation is not something to be escaped as it is in Buddhism, but rather a good thing. Defiant people are those who commit suicide, and other cruel people are not reborn. Children are believed to be the reincarnation of ancestors, particularly the ones they resemble. To emphasize the concept of reincarnation in the Yoruba religion, names as Babatunde, which translates to father returns, Yentandi, which translates to mother comes back again, Babatunji, which translates to father wakes up, is commonly used. Reincarnation, according to the Yoruba people or the Yoruba legend, gender is not an issue, and it is believed that it changes with reincarnation. So it goes on to mention that a Jogan in Yoruba traditional religion, there are beings known as a Jogan, which represents the natural forces, and they can cause accidents, illnesses, depression, and any other form of calamity in the society, and they are almost equivalent to demons. These deities are supposed to be avoided, and people who are affiliated with a Jogan would have to visit a priest, a Ifa, to perform some kind of divination ritual and to prescribe a way of getting rid of the troubling spirit. In Yoruba tradition, religion, every problem has a explanation which could either be an evil spirit of one has been bewitched, or they could have upset and neglected an ritual who has to be appeased. Ashe, the Yoruba religion also has an Ashe, which is a force possessed by humans, and gods also possess them. Ashe is a powerful force and can cause change either for good or bad. It is contained in virtually everything in nature, such as lightning, hurricane, blood, even names. Ashe is almost familiar with Shi or Qi in the Chinese tradition, or the chakras in the traditional Indian beliefs. So it mentions about creation in Yoruba religion. Yoruba religion has an account of creation where the truth was sent to find if the newly formed earth was habitable for humans. The earth was one of the several creations, and it was found that it was too wet for humans to live. Later on, different divinities, which were led by Abatala, accomplished the mission of making the earth develop its crust to support human life. They assumed that the earth was fertile and capable of plant life. So that is something on the Yoruba religion. And I'm gonna see if I can pull up some more information in regards to Yoruba religion. Again, it's a group of people that are in West Africa, which entails Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. Let's see. So I think I'm pulling up some of the similar same um, information. I was trying to proceed on to some more information, but I will go into this here because it gives a little bit more details and reference to the Yoruba religion apart from what I just mentioned. So again, the religion are the people of this religion are particularly in West Africa. Um, we've been over the Ashe. Um, okay. So the basic beliefs uh experience Ayama, which determines destiny or fate. As a part of this expectation that everyone will eventually achieve the state of Alodamare and becoming one with the divine creator, who is the source of all energy of the Yoruba religious beliefs. Light, and death is a ongoing cycle of existence in various bodies. So it mentions that the Yoruba people has their own understanding of the creation. It mentions that Olaran lived in the sky with their riches, and the goddess of Olokun was the ruler of all the world below. And Batala asked Olaran for permission to create other creatures to live upon. Batala took a bag and filled it with sand. Uh, Several items it has listed here: a snail shell, white hen, a black cat, and a palm nut. And he threw the bag over his shoulder and began to climb down from the heavens on a long gold looked like chain. He ran out of chain. He pulled the sand out beneath him and released packing the sand and began spreading it all over the hills and valley. Okay, so it gives a lot of account of the creation and things that of the nature. There is a belief. I'm not going to go into all of this information because it is quite a bit of information. I was going to try to read it, but I decided, okay, this it's a bit. They do have some Catholic influences in this particular religion. It's estimated that some 20% of Yoruba practice traditional religion on their ancestors. Hmm. So it does, it says, unlike many Western religions, belief, Yoruba spirituality emphasizes living a good life. Reincarnation is a part of the process and it's something to be for you to look forward to. Only those who have lived a virtuous and good existence earn the privilege of reincarnation. Okay, so I'm not going to speak much more on the topic of the Yoruba people, but I do feel like it's a religion that is practiced amongst many individuals, across the world, I presume, with the beliefs in Orishas and deities and things of that nature. Okay, so if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.